Okay, hi everybody. A spoiler alert and warning, this might be about 10 minutes because I have a lot to say. There's a lot to unpack on today's episode, so here we go. Okay, we start out with Michelle Stafford and Alice Lanier of Phyllis and Summer, and they're at the somewhere where you can get coffee, and she's asking her, how have you been? You look great. And then we get from that Summer has been in Milan buying fabrics and dealing with the company, and she was wearing this really pretty dress, the one shoulder black dress, and Michelle Stafford was wearing a dark blue dress also. So she tells her that everything's great. She loved Milan, and that she thinks that she got over Kyle. But Phyllis doesn't like that because Phyllis wants to save everybody's marriage because she thinks that if she repairs the damage, then everybody will forgive her, right? Okay, but she's not hearing what her daughter's telling her because she says, I don't think there's anything that can be fixed, and I want to move on. Um, okay, so there's that piece. And then we switch over in between that, how they do, to Jack and Diane in the office. And Diane, for once in a couple weeks, is not wearing black. Thank goodness. So anyway, Jack wants to plan a reception, and Diane seems like she's all for it. And then Billy comes in office and says, "I have to talk to you." And so he says something about, "I want to make amends, and you were right about your selection and stuff like that." So then I swear to God, they spend about 10 minutes in the office. Then they go to the athletic club to have a celebratory lunch. And assuming this is, I guess you're supposed to assume this is late in the morning. Which, another thing, no one seems like, it seems like no one ate anything at this lunch. Um, and also, after Phyllis and Summer talk, then Phyllis is going to go see Heather, her former attorney and Daniel's ex-wife, because again she's trying to mend fences in the relationship, but Daniel doesn't want that because Daniel tells Summer that he's in a really good place with Lily, which we did not see Crystal Khalil today, so I don't know what that's about. Um. Okay. Then we get Abby um, talking to Diane. They happen to see each other in the park. Okay. And then she says, "Thank you for saving my mother's life." Oh, and then here's another major thing. I didn't forget. I tried to do things in order, but I kind of skipped a little. Okay. So we see Tucker at the club with Audra. Okay. Tucker comes in and she says, "Why are you back so soon? Aren't you supposed to be in Paris on your honeymoon?" He says, "Yeah, but it didn't work out." So, okay. So then she's like, "Why?" And she wants the details, and she's trying to dig for them, right? Okay. So then, um, let's see. Then, uh, Jack and Diane and Billy happen to come in, like, kind of right after that for the celebratory lunch. So then everybody knows that he's alone and not with Ashley. And then there are cryptic clues dropped in there because Heather also, because of what Phyllis said, she starts to think about maybe they could get back together with Daniel and that she and Daniel could provide a family for Lucy. Okay, so then she happens to be there, and she's in red, by the way. And she says, maybe Genoa City. And she just drops it because apparently, now I'm trying to piece all this together in a short amount of time, okay? So apparently she was supposed to go back to Lisbon, Portugal, but her ex-boyfriend is there, and they didn't have a good breakup, so she doesn't want to see him. So then she's tossing around ideas with Daniel and says, well, maybe I can come back to Genoa City. And just drops it and sees what he says. And he goes, oh, okay. Like not excited about it, you know? So then Tucker is still there, right? Okay, so Tucker's about to leave. And Tucker says, well, if you're going to stick around Genoa City, I need a lawyer. I'm going to need a good lawyer. Which in turn, I think is a hint to that the marriage is not good, obviously, but then they might be headed for divorce. Okay, now all this is speculation, but I think they're dropping breadcrumbs for that. I don't know. And then let's see, what is it? Okay, and then Summer and Daniel are talking. While Summer and Daniel are talking, he says he doesn't want a relationship with Heather. All he wants is a good co-parenting relationship to co-parent Lucy. That's all he wants. So then they both come in together and say, we need to stop what Mom Phyllis is trying to do. And then that was pretty much the end of the episode, besides one little comment that Jack made to Billy about, I can't tell you how happy that we're on the same page again, that kind of thing. So I gave you the whole episode kind of filtered down a little bit, but you got all the good ones, and I gave you some fashion. So there you go. Enjoy.